some conductor with a positive charge. So, mangyayari, yung positive charge na yan will lie on the outer surface of the conductor. So that, or in an electrostatic field situation or electrostatic situation, okay, ganito yung magiging case. In an electrostatic situation. And pag sinabi natin electrostatic situation, the electric field is zero. So that there is no charge flow. Kasi nga, there will be no reason for the charges to move. Kasi nga, there's no electric field. Okay, so no charge flow. Kaya electrostatic situation, yung E is equal to zero. So in an electrostatic situation, the inside of the conductor has electric field equal to zero. Okay, and dahil equal yan sa zero, there's no reason for these charges to go inside or to flow within the conductor. Kaya nandyan lang sila. Static lang sila dyan. Okay? Static charges. Static charges on the outer surface of the conductor. Okay, so yan yung mga static charges sa outer surface ng conductor. Okay, now, if I place some cavity within this conductor, so let's say the cavity is here, magiging ganun pa rin yung situation. Okay, the charge will still go on the outer surface, wala sa surface nung inner cavity. Okay, so if this is the cavity, so hindi yan nagmamatter. Nandun pa rin siya. Pero ibang case na or ibang usapan na if lagyan natin ng charge yung loob ng cavity. So this is our example. So if meron tayong conductor, let's say we have a neutral conductor. Okay, neutral conductor. So example tayo ng neutral conductor, for example. Tapos ang gawin natin sa neutral conductor na to is lagyan natin siya ng cavity inside. Okay, lagyan natin siya ng cavity inside. Okay, and sa loob ng cavity na to, there is some positive charge Q. Okay, so the question is, first question, what will be the charge configuration? Okay, and also, ano yung mga charges sa outer surface and yung total charge sa inner surface, doon sa surface ng cavity. Okay, dapat, no? So, mangyari, since neutral siya. So, mangyayari lang is, if ang gawin nung positive charge na to is mag-attract siya ng mga negative, so dito niya ilalagay. Hindi yan papasok dito sa cavity. Okay, kasi empty space to. There's no electric field dito. Okay, so mangyayari is, kasi nga electrostatic situation to. Okay, the electric field inside must be zero. Always, no? So mangyayari is, if ito yung charge, so makaka-attract siya ng mga negative din, mapupunta yun sa inner surface, okay, or do sa surface ng cavity. And ang mangyayari, dahil kumuha siya ng mga charges, negative charges, yung mga may iwan na positive charges within the conductor, mapupunta sa outer surface. So, ang mangyayari, magiging ganito siya ngayon. Mapupunta sa outer surface. Okay, mapupunta sa outer surface. So, ano ngayon yung Q outer at saka Q in? If Q is equal to positive 3 nanocoulombs. Okay, so ang gagawin natin is, okay, nasagot na natin yung number 1. So this will be the charge configuration. Okay, kasi again, yung mga excess charges will always move on the outer surface. Okay, so palaging ganun. And then, ang palagi natin tatandaan is that for a conductor, dapat ang electric field inside must be 0 because this is an electrostatic situation. Okay, so electric field inside is 0. Okay, so ang gagawin natin is gamitin natin tong fact na ito para makalculate yung Q outer and Q in. So gamitan natin siya ng Gauss's law. So magdodrawing ako ng spherical Gaussian surface. Okay, mag-drawing ako ng spherical Gaussian surface. Okay, so this is your spherical Gaussian surface. Okay, spherical Gaussian surface. And again, the electric field inside is 0. So mangyayari is the integral, cos integral of E dot dA is equal to Q enclosed over epsilon naught. So if E inside must be 0, okay, E inside must be 0, again, sabi natin kanina, 'di ba? Dalawa lang yung way para mag-zero yung flux. Na meron tayong two ways para mag-zero yung flux. Either they are there's no electric field lines passing through an area, or if they are 90 degree with each other, yung area tsaka yung electric field, or if there's no electric field talaga. Okay, so if the electric field is 0, therefore this whole integral here will be 0. Okay, kasi remember, this is the electric flux. Okay, so ibig sabihin, there is no flux. Okay, that will pass through dito sa Gaussian surface. Malinaw ba? Because E is 0. Okay, so mangyayari, if this is 0, siya sa Q enclosed over epsilon naught. So this will imply that the Q enclosed will be 0. Okay? And ano ba yung total Q enclosed? Dalawa yung nakikita mong charges sa loob ng Gaussian surface, tama? So yung dalawang charges na yun ay yung Q inner at saka yung capital Q. Tama ba? Okay, so ibig sabihin, Q inner plus capital Q equal to 0. So what is Q inner? Q inner is equal to negative Q, which is negative 3 nanocoulombs. So that is the Q inner. Eh nakita mo negative siya, kaya yung Q inner dito, negative. Tama yung configuration natin. So kung positive 3 to, negative 3 naman yung sa Q inner. So magka-cancel yan, there's no electric field. Malinaw ba? Okay, yan yung Q inner. Tapos diba, this is a neutral conductor. Since we have a neutral conductor, okay, the total charge, hindi enclosed ha, total is 0. Kasi nga, ano siya, neutral. Okay, neutral charge siya. No? So kung or neutral conductor siya. Okay, so kung neutral conductor siya, dapat kung ano yung Q inner, inad mo sa Q outer, dapat 0. Sir, ba't hindi mo sinama yung capital Q? Kasi hindi naman part yung capital Q nung conductor. Nilagay mo lang siya dun sa loob. Iba yung neutral conductor doon sa mismong charge. Q sa loob. Yung capital Q. Gets ba? Okay, so remember, the neutral conductor the neutral conductor and the charge capital Q inside are separate. Okay, separate sila. So kung separate sila, huwag mo isasama dito sa equation, dito sa Q total. So ibig sabihin, yung Q outer is equal to Q inner, negative. And na-solve na natin Q inner, it's negative 3 nanocoulomb. So ibig sabihin, Q outer is equal to
Dapat zero
negative, negative 3. Anong sagot? Q outer now is equal to positive 3 nanocoulombs. So see, positive siya. Kaya
Tama.
tama yun nandito. So positive 3 nanocoulombs. Gets ba?
Opo.
Okay, so
Pa-proof ko na
ganito yung
lang.
magiging. Oo, so
Negative
na-prove
naman po.
natin.
Dapat positive na
Yes, oo. Tapos negative naman yung sa outer. Oo, kasi ire-repel niya yung mga electrons eh. Papunta sa outer. Oo, papunta sa outer. So pag ni-repel niya yon, ano yung may iwan dito sa inner? Mga positive. Okay, so
dapat pa po yan.
kung neutral conductor, mag-i-equal.
So,
Oo.
kumbaga yung pag same negative charge, yung absolute value na positive charge. Absolutely same pa kung yung pag-positive ng outer, pag-negative.
Oo, ng inner, oo. Pag neutral conductor. But what if we have, hindi siya neutral conductor? Kumbaga, we have a positively charged conductor. Another example now. Positively charged conductor. Okay, so this is our conductor. And we have a cavity. Okay, and maglagay ako ng positive charge dito. Hindi, negative naman para maiba. Okay, maglagay ako ng negative. Maglalayo mga positive charges na yan sa outer surface. Yan. Sa outer surface sila maglalayo. Okay, dyan sila maglalay, no? Tapos, pagliligyan ko siya ng cavity. Okay, liligyan ko siya ng cavity. Let's say, ang total charge nito, let's say the total charge of the conductor, total charge is equal to, let's say, positive 5 nanocoulombs. So, charge to ng conductor. Kasi nga, positively charged siya. Gets ba? Okay, so positively charged. Ngayon, what if lagyan ko siya ng cavity? Tapos may negative charge. Lagyan ko pa siya ng negative charge sa loob. What will happen? So what will happen is ire-repel niya yung mga negative. Mapupunta sila dito. So mangyayari, mababawasan siya ng pagiging positive. Bawas na. Bawas na. Okay, gets ba? So, nabawasan na. Kasi na-cancel, tama? Tapos, ano yung may iwan dito? Mga positive. Nakuha ba? Hindi man ako hindi, na-cancel. Kasi 'di ba, nangyari itong electron na 'to, nag-repel siya ng mga negative, napunta sa outer surface. Tapos yung mga yung mga negative mm, oo. Yes, oo. So anong nangyari, yung negative charge na 'to, ni-repel niya yung mga electrons within this conductor at yung mga electrons na yun na na-repel napunta sa outer surface. Again, kasi lahat nga ng charge napupunta sa outer surface. So pag napunta sa outer surface, yung mga negatives na yon will cancel some of the positives sa outer. Okay? So tapos, syempre, nagkulang na sa negative yung ah, yung yung surface ng cavity. So ano na yung magiging charge niya? Positive. Okay, malinaw. So ganun yung mangyayari, no? Okay, so mangyayari itong setup na to again for the electrostatic situation to happen. Okay, ganun pa rin yung purpose, no? And again, para malaman natin, gagamit ulit tayo ng Gauss's law. So maglagay ka ulit ng spherical Gaussian surface. Okay, spherical Gaussian surface. And pag naglagay ka ng spherical Gaussian surface, you have E dot dA is equal to Q enclosed over epsilon sub 0. Okay, and again, the electric field inside must be 0 because this is an electrostatic situation. And pag nag-0 siya, automatic, the flux will be 0. Okay, so Q enclosed is over epsilon naught. So ganun pa rin, kagaya nung kanina. Q enclosed by that Gaussian surface must be 0. Yan yung implication niya. Okay, and ano yung total charge? If the charge of this negative is capital Q, okay, capital Q, and that capital Q is equal to negative 2 nanocoulombs, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon na naman ako ng Q inner at saka Q outer. Okay, Q inner and Q outer. So sa loob ng Gaussian surface, I have Q inner plus capital Q is equal to 0. So that means Q inner is equal to negative Q. Okay, pero ano ba yung negative Q? Negative 2 nanocoulombs. So Q inner is equal to negative of negative 2 nanocoulombs. So this will give us positive 2 nanocoulombs, which is tama yung na-predict natin na configuration. Positive charge yung inner charge. Okay, so positive 2 siya. Ngayon, since the total charge of the conductor is Q equals to positive 5, then again yung total charge ng conductor is independent of this charge. Okay, again separate sila. Separate yung charge na nilagay ko sa loob at yung charge mismo ng positive conductor. Okay, so ibig sabihin, Q total is only equal to Q inner plus Q outer. Gets ba? Kung bakit hindi ko sinama yung capital Q. Okay, kasi yan lang yung charge ng mismo conductor. So, ngayon, dahil nga positive siya, so equal siya sa positive 5. Okay, so 5 nanocoulombs is equal to Q inner plus Q outer. So what is Q outer? Q outer is equal to 5 nanocoulombs minus Q inner. Okay, so 5 nanocoulombs minus Q inner is positive 2. Positive 2. So ang sagot natin is Q outer three. Tama, no? 3 nanocoulombs. Which is again, positive na naman. So tama yung prediction natin. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yung capital Q is negative 2 nanocoulombs. Yung Q inner is positive 2 nanocoulombs. At yung outer naman is positive 3 nanocoulombs. So hindi sila pare-pareho palagi. Kagaya nung nauna dito. Dito pare-pareho eh. 3, -3, +3. Kasi nga neutral yung conductor. Pero pag hindi neutral yung conductor, magiging magkakaiba. So -2 to, +2, pero ito +3. Yung outer. Gets ba? Okay, so okay, that's a positive charge conductor. Okay, so may questions ka about sa problem? Okay, sige. So, hmm, ngayon, ito sa charges of conductors, dito din natin makikita yung tinatawag na Faraday cage. Okay, Faraday cage. And ano ba yung Faraday cage? Simple lang. Let's say you have some cage of conductor. Okay, so this is a conductor. And let's say nandito ka, tapos you touch the inner surface of this conductor. Tapos may lightning na to. Conductor to metal siya, metal. Okay. Tapos may tumamang lightning. What will happen to you? Sige nga. What will happen to you? What do you think? Bakit wala? Conductor yan, ha? Mm. Suspense, ibig sabihin, ano mangyayari sa'yo? Ah, makukuryente ka ba? Hindi. Hindi. Okay, so tama yun. So, yung iba is masasabi nila makukuryente, no? Kasi nga conductor yan, pero hindi. Hindi siya papasok dun sa loob. Okay, so ang mangyayari lang is if i-zoom in mo yan, kumbaga parang this is the layer of the conductor and hinawakan mo siya dito. Okay, tapos dito tumama yung lightning. Hindi siya papasok. Okay, hindi siya papasok if ito yung zoom in yan. Okay, if ito yung zoom in yan. So mangyayari, hindi siya papasok. No? Bakit hindi siya papasok? Kasi yung charges nitong lightning na to will just lie on the outer surface. Gets ba? Okay, hindi na siya papasok. Di ba siya hindi papasok? Because the electric field inside the conductor must be 0. Okay, so there's no reason for these charges na galing sa lightning to um to go inside. Okay, kasi um walang ano walang electric field inside. Okay, so kumbaga parang walang magpo-pull doon sa charges para pumasok. Okay, malinaw. So yun yun. So basically, meron kang nasa loob ka ng Faraday cage. Okay, kaya during lightning, pinaka the best, okay, na magtago sa loob ng sasakyan. Kasi nga yung sasakyan is isa siyang conductor. No, yung kotse, isa siyang conductor. So, ironically, parang irony, no, na ano siya mas safe yun. Oo, conductor siya pero mas safe ka doon. So, magtago ka sa loob ng metal, sa loob ng conductor, basta close siya. Oo, just during lightning, hindi papasok yung charges sa loob. Okay, so hindi siya papasok sa loob. No? Okay, nice. Pero kahit medyo may mga butas yan, let's say ganyan siya. Like, mas sobrang liit. Space. Sobrang liit ng space. Parang chicken wire. Alam mo yung chicken wire, di ba? Okay, so kahit ganyan siya, like may opening. Nakikita ka pa rin sa loob. So pag tinamaan niya ng lightning, hindi ka pa rin makukuryente. Okay, gets ba? So hindi ka pa rin makukuryente dun. Okay, so basically nasa loob ka ng Faraday cage. So 'pag halimbawa sumakay ka naman ng eroplano, nasa loob ka pa rin ng Faraday cage. Kaya kapag nag-lightning kapag habang nasa eroplano ka, walang mangyayari sa'yo. Okay, kasi nasa loob ka ng Faraday cage. Okay, sige. So yan yung parang benefit, charges on conductors. At okay, so next is eto na, electric potential energy. So electric potential energy. So sa electric potential energy, denoted as letter, yung iba nilalagyan 'to ng U sub E. Kasi yung gravitational potential energy is U sub G, eh. Okay, U sub G. Pero i-recall muna natin yun. So let's recall first, or let's review first, gravitational potential energy. Okay, so let's say we have Earth. Okay, we have Earth. And again, yung mga potential energy, palagi mong tataan in general. So in general, the value of the potential energy is always dependent on the choice of origin. Okay, so ibig sabihin, walang unique value, no? The potential energy has no unique value. So hindi mo mame-measure yung potential energy nang wala kang pinipiling origin. At yung origin, syempre yung origin is arbitrary. Therefore, yung potential energy has no unique value. Nakadepende siya doon sa choice of origin mo. At ikaw bahala kung saan mo gusto. So in this case, if I choose the origin to be at the surface of the Earth, and kung ito yung mass m, particle with mass m, ano yung potential energy niya? So magme-measure ako ng distance above the origin. Let's say this is y. So the gravitational potential energy now will be mg y, right? So magiging ganyan na siya. Or if I place the origin hindi sa ground. O dito ka siya ilagay sa taas. Pwede ba yan? Yes, pwede. Again, the origin or the choice of origin depends on you. Okay? So it depends on you. So hindi siya unique. Say I place the origin here. Okay, so magme-measure ba ako ng y above the ground? Hindi na. Bago na. So ang gagawin mo is magme-measure ka na ngayon ng y below the origin. Okay, so in this case, the potential energy will be negative. Okay, magiging negative na siya. So there's no unique value. Okay, walang unique value yung potential energy at pwede siyang maging positive and negative. Depende kung nasaan yung origin mo. So nag-measure ka ba above the origin, below the origin, or at saka gano'ng kalayo doon sa origin. Okay, na pinili. And remember sa origin, at the origin, at the origin, the potential energy is set to 0. Okay? Ano ba yung value ng y sa origin? It's y is equal to 0, right? So ibig sabihin, if i-substitute ko, u is equal to mg times 0, mgy yun, edi 0. So ibig sabihin sa origin, diyan magzi-0 yung potential energy. Malinaw ba? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if sinet ko yung origin sa ground, kagaya nung kanina, dito, so dyan naman zero yung potential energy. Okay? So, kung saan ko nilagay yung origin, ibig sabihin, doon magzi-zero. Doon ko piniling mag-zero yung potential energy. Okay, so there's no unique value for the potential energy. It all depends on the choice of origin where the potential energy will be zero. Okay? Ngayon, totoo yun sa lahat ng potential energy and in particular sa electric potential energy. Okay, so gawin natin is let's create a different setup. Let's say we have two plates. Okay, dalawang plates. So, two plates. Okay, and sa two plates na to, let's say this is positive. This is a positive plate. And this is a negative plate. Okay, negative plate. And there exists. Okay, so hmm, sa pataas. Okay, kasi 'di ba, outward siya kapag positive, then pag negative, inward. Okay, gandaan natin. Okay, so these are your electric field lines sa pagitan, no? And itong setup na to is, um, itong setup na to is ano siya, capacitor. No? Pero tsaka na natin yan i-discuss syempre. So, but this setup is a parallel plate capacitor. May man siyang ganyan setup. And let's say maglagay ako ng charge, okay, within this. Let's say the charge is this one. Okay, that is yung charge. Okay, so charge and then charge niya is Q sub 0. Okay, and yung origin, iset ko siya dito. Okay, dito sa baba. Okay, dito sa bottom. Okay, and then ang distance niya mula dyan sa chosen origin na yan is, let's say, it's y. Okay, so y distance. No, so y distance. Okay, so next is, wait lang. Okay, so y distance no about. And then ang question is, ano yung electric potential energy? Okay, so gamitin nating model yung sa gravity. Okay, so sa gravity, we have mgy. Okay, mgy. And ano ba yung nag-exist sa gravity? Ang nag-exist sa gravity is the gravitational acceleration. Or acceleration due to gravity g. Okay, yan yung nag-exist sa gravity. And also, yung intrinsic property na meron yung object is the mass. Okay, mass m. Okay, yan yung intrinsic property niya, yung mass m. no? So, dito naman, ang merong field is electric field, hindi na gravitational field. At yung intrinsic property naman ng object is the charge. So, ibig sabihin, ang ipapalit ko is charge, electric field, tapos yung y. Okay, so ibig sabihin, this one will become, lalagyan ko lang ng negative para makompensate yung, kasi may dalawang possibilities eh, negative, positive. Pero ito, yung M dito, palaging positive yan. Okay, so yun. Okay, so palaging positive yung M na yan. Pero dito, pwede siya maging negative, positive yung charge. So ibig sabihin, lagyan ko siya ng negative para makompensate. So magkakaroon ako ng negative Q0 E tapos Y. Okay, gets ba? So ito na siya ngayon. This is the electric potential energy. Okay, electric potential energy. Okay, sige. Sandali. Okay, balik tayo. So this is the electric potential energy. Okay, so anyway, well, kaya ko rin ma-derive to. Okay, using the regular, more legal way, okay, of deriving this. Okay, using the work done. So the work done, kasi 'di ba, ano ba yung nararanasan nung charge na to? Okay, so this charge experiences a force. Okay, so may force na nararanasan yung charge na to. Okay, and let's say this charge moves. Okay, so this charge moves. So ito yung distance y. Okay, so let's say ito yung charge na to is mag-move siya in this direction. Kasi remember, di ba, the work done is path independent, right? So, path independent siya. So, kahit saan ako dumaan, the work done by a conservative force will always be the same. Okay? So, hindi nagmamatter kung nasaan yung direction ng force dito. So, nagmamatter is, uh, nagmamatter is yung endpoints. Okay? So, let's say, this is y1 and this is y sub 2. Okay, y1 and y sub 2. Okay, so from y1 to y2, okay, let's say nag-move yung charge particle in that particular path. Okay, so the work done by the electric force. Okay, so this is the work done by the electric force. So work done by the electric force. Okay, caused by E, di ba? Kasi ano ba yung ginagawa ng electric field? It exerts force or electric force on charges present within it. Okay, so caused by E. Okay, so that is the work done, caused by E, and it is equal to the integral of F dot dl. Okay, so F dot dl. No? So that is the work done. So yung dl na yan is the infinitesimal displacement. Okay, infinitesimal displacement. So that is dl. Okay, within the doon sa path. Okay, so dl. So F dot dl. Ngayon, if I insert this, ang mangyayari lang is that, paano ba mangyayari dito? Okay, so we have the work done. And ang mangyayari lang is, kasi kasi ito line integral. So, since yung force is F is equal to Q times E, right? So, dyan siya equal. No? So, Q times E. Yes po? Ay po, F dito sa formula. Nilagay natin. Okay, so mangyayari is Q E dot TL. Okay, however, dito sa setup, mukhang yung E has only Y direction. Right? So, nasa Y direction lang siya. Kumbaga, if you expand this will become E and then J hat. Okay, right? So, yan lang yung component niya. So, if that's the component and this is dot product, okay, ang mangyayari lang dyan is magiging lang siya, magiging Q, tapos E, ay negative pa, negative, walang negative. So, magiging E, tapos, and then, if this is, kasi this is dot product, and then, kasi dito always downward yung G. Dito, it depends. It depends. So, ibig sabihin, if maging negative yung charge, so F is opposite of the E. Okay, tama naman yung direction. Okay, I think this is correct. Okay, so E, and then palitan natin siya J hat. Tapos dot. And then ito is magiging lang to. Yung DL is meron siyang dalawang component. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, vector siya. Okay? And yung component ng DL na yan is dalawa. Meron siyang X and meron din siyang Y. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, has X I hat plus Y J hat. Okay? And by the definition of that product, hindi na magagalaw tong X I hat. Y J hat na lang. Okay? Kaya ang mangyayari is that this will become QE hindi, mali pala to. DL pala to, kaya DX dy yan. So DX I hat tapos DYJ hat. Okay, DYJ hat. Okay, so mangyayari lang is E tapos DY. Kasi J hat lang yung component. So DY. And then this is from Y1 to Y sub 2. Okay, so mangyayari lang is that magiging QE Y from Y1 to Y2. So expand mo lang siya. So the work done by the electric force is QE Y2 minus QE Y1. Okay, and ito is i-define ko to na this is equal to the negative change in the potential energy. Right? So ibig sabihin, U now is equal to negative QE Y. Okay, gets ba? Kasi equal to sa negative, ay, hindi, equal to sa negative change eh. So ibig sabihin meron kang U1 minus U sub 2. Okay, or i-rearrange mo siya, magkakaroon ka ng negative U sub 2 minus negative U sub 1. Okay, kasi may negative siya. So this implies na yung U2 or U1 either ay equal sa negative QEY. So this is indeed the electric potential energy. Okay, so next is may question ka about sa derivation. Okay, so okay, alam na natin sa potential energy and also the work done. Okay, the work done again is again equal to the work done by the electric force or work done in general is negative change in the potential energy. Okay, so it is important to understand na even though yung potential energy is origin dependent yung potential energy. Okay, the work done, which is the negative change in the potential energy, is origin independent. Okay, so origin independent siya. So origin independent. So kahit na saan ko, kahit na saan ko ilagay yung origin.
Ano yan? Yung energy. Tapos,
Mm-mm.
depende lang
Depende sa origin kung saan mo siya minimeasure with respect to. So pero yung change in potential energy, hindi nagmamatter kung nasaan yung origin. It is always the same.
paano po yung measure? Iba-iba from anywhere. Fix
Hindi,
ba po na standard?
hindi, wala. Ang ito lang yung nagiging physical. Ito, kasi hindi siya nakadepende sa origin. Eh. So yan lang yung parang nagiging physical. Ito kasi, it depends on the choice of origin. Kasi nga yung potential energy has no unique value. But the change in potential energy, ano yan? Hindi yan nagbabago. It is always the same. Okay, so halimbawa, you have this charge, tapos mag-move siya papunta dito. Mag-move siya papunta dito. So, the potential energy may change depende kung saan ko ilagay yung origin. Let's say the origin is here, magbabago yung potential energies nila. Okay, like magbabago yung U1 and U sub 2. Okay, they will change. Okay, halimbawa, ilagay ko yung origin dito, they will also change. Ilagay ko yung origin dito, it will also change. Okay, like it depends, no? Kung saan ko siya ilagay. Magbabago yung U1 and U2. However, the one that will not change is the change in potential energy. Hindi ito magbabago. Will not change. Okay, so hindi siya magbabago. So, halimbawa, yung pag diyan ko nilagay yung origin, or pag diyan ko nilagay yung origin, let's say ang potential energy dito is, let's say it's negative 3 joules. Tapos ito naman is uh, Q1 to Tapos U sub 2 dito is negative 1 joule. Halimbawa yan yung values nila pag nandito yung origin. Okay, so the change in potential energy is clearly U2 minus U1, which is negative 1 minus negative 3. So the answer is positive 2, right? So ibig sabihin meron kang 2 joules of change. Tama ba? So positive 2 joules of change. Ngayon, if I move the origin, let's say here, move ko siya dito, magbabago yung potential energies. So let's say, nung nagbago sila, let's say this is 2 joules, yung U1 is 2 joules, tapos yung U2, pagdating niya sa U sub 2, 4 joules na siya. So the change is still 4 minus 2. So ang sagot is 2 joules pa rin. So hindi magbabago yung 2 joules. It's still 2 joules. So nagbabago yung individual potential energies, but the change is not. Okay, malinaw. So hindi
Opo.
siya magbabago. Okay, so yan yung kailangan na ma-embed no, sa feelings natin. Okay, na hindi talaga siya magbabago. Yung change, no? But the individual potential energies will change. Okay, so yan siya. Okay, and then also meron ding electric potential energy, yung two charges. Okay, electric potential energy of two charges. Okay, so let's say this is Q sub 1 and this is Q sub 2. Like Q sub 1 and Q sub 2, and they have this distance. Let's say their distance is R. Okay, so ang tanong is, ano yung potential energy ng system? Okay, ito yung isa pa sa dapat na matandaan mo. So the potential energy, is always associated to the whole system. Palagi siyang ganyan. So it is always associated, bukod sa origin dependent siya, it is always associated to the whole system. Okay, it will not be associated to just one body alone. So ibig sabihin, yung kaninang diniscuss natin, eto, hindi ko pwedeng sabihin na, okay, gravitational potential energy ng mass M.
Opo.
Mali yun. Okay? So ang kailangan na sabihin ko is the potential energy of this mass and
Respect to
Earth
the ground.
system. Hindi. Mass and Earth system.
Okay.
So buong system yan. Okay, buong system siya. Okay, whole system. Ito naman, the electric potential energy of the electric charge and this whole system of negative positive plates system. Okay, itong buong system na 'to, 'no? And also ito naman is meron kang two charges interacting. So the potential energy of this full two charge interacting system. Okay? O kaya halimbawa meron kang dalawang planets. O yung gravitational potential energy of the two planet system. Okay, gets ba? Hindi magkakaroon ng potential energy if there's no interaction. Okay, gets ba? So kung walang interaction na nag-e-exist, there is no potential energy. So therefore, palagi siya associated doon sa buong system. The system has potential energy, not the potential energy of Q1 only or Q2 only. Mali yan. Now, itong system na to, again, hindi ako makakapag-measure ng potential energy without the origin. Okay? Okay, so saan ko ilalagay yung origin? So again, yung origin is doon magiging zero yung potential energy ng system.
So, sa
Okay? Hindi, ilalagay ko siya sa infinity in this case. Oo, ilalagay ko siya sa infinity. So dito sa let's say this is the infinity. Okay. Hindi naman literally parang kasi di mo naman mare-reach yung infinity. So let's say that is the infinity. So this is where the potential energy of the whole system will be equal to zero. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if I separate this two charges infinite distance with each other, ano yung magiging potential energy ng system? If yung R is i-approach kay infinity, ano ibig sabihin ng R? Yung distance between them, di ba? Okay, distance between them. Okay, so the distance between them. So, mangyayari is that, okay, so mangyayari lang is if they are infinite distance away from each other, yung Q1 and Q2 is sobrang layo, infinite distance sila. The potential energy of the whole system will be zero. Tama ba? Okay? As if they are not interacting. Kasi sobrang layo na nila eh. So ibig sabihin, halos hindi na sila nag interact. So ibig sabihin, this zero potential energy corresponds to no interaction.
Okay.
Okay? Kapag sobrang layo na nila. Okay? So, yan yung origin natin. And in that case, the potential of the whole system para masatisfy yung ganyang condition will be K, or yung K is gawin ko na lang na 1 over. So starting now, parang instead of K, susulat ko na siya na 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q sub 2. Hindi ko aalisin yung, hindi ko lalagyan ng absolute. Kaya yan yung pinagkaiba niya doon sa Coulomb's law, K over R. Ay, wait lang. Okay. So 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2 over R. Okay, walang squared so tama lang yan. Tapos walang absolute. Oh, so that is the potential energy. Tapos walang negative. Okay, so this is the electric potential energy. So electric potential energy of the two interacting charges. Okay? Or minsan, pwede natin siyang tawagin na Coulomb interaction. Coulomb interaction. Okay? So, Coulomb interaction. Okay, malinaw ba? So, kung mapapansin mo, if this approaches infinity, yung R, ano mangyayari sa U? It will become 0. Okay? So, mangyayari as R approaches infinity, U will become or will approach 0. Okay? So,
Opo.
kasi nga, nasa infinity yung origin. Okay, so anyway, so that's the interaction. Okay, so ganito siya, no? Okay, alam na natin kung paano mag-calculate ng potential energy. And again, it always depends on the choice of origin. And if we have two interacting charges, merong potential energy, no? So, ibig sabihin, kapag yung charge Q0 is within the electric field, kumbaga parang merong electric field, okay, sa region. So this system, kumbaga yung system ng charge at yung nagko-cause ng electric field is merong potential energy. Tama? So may potential energy. Ang gagawin ko is, itong dalawang to, i-divide ko. I-divide ko siya. Kasi, mangyayari kasi niyan is that, mag-iiba yung potential energy ng system if yung charge is ilagay ko dito. Mag-iiba yung potential energy ng system if ilagay ko siya dito. Mag-iiba din siya if ilagay ko siya dito. Tama ba? Depende kung saan ko lilagay yung origin. Right? So, iba siya dito, iba siya dito, iba din siya dito. So, nag-iiba. Nag-iiba yung U. Right? So, ibig sabihin, ang gagawin ko na lang is i-divide ko sila. So, divide ko sila. U, or electric potential energy, divided by Q0. So, magkakaroon ngayon ako ng quantity na potential energy per unit charge. Per unit charge. Okay? So, potential energy per unit charge. So, yan ngayon yung quantity na magkakaroon ako. Malinaw?
Opo.
So, magiging per unit charge na siya. So, ibig sabihin, itong quantity na to is charge independent. Kasi per unit charge basis na siya eh. So, charge independent siya. Kahit na parang, sir, may charge dito, clearly dependent siya sa charge. Hindi. Kasi pag binago ko yung charge, ano mangyayari sa potential energy? Magbabago din siya. Di ba? So, pag nagbago yung charge, magbabago din yung potential energy. So, this quantity is constant. Okay? Constant siya. Pag nagbago yung charge, magbabago yung potential energy. So, ibig sabihin, this quantity is charge independent. So, ibig sabihin, pwede ko nang alisin yung charge dito, mabubuo ko na lang tong quantity na to. So, ibig sabihin, itong quantity na to, magbabago lang siya, depende sa location niya. Nagigets mo?
Opo.
Depende sa location. Magbabago yung quantity na yan. So, it seems na yung quantity na yan is special. Okay? Parang special siya, no? So, lagyan ko siya ng pangalan. Okay? Gawin ko siyang V. Okay? Gawin kong letter V. So, palitan ko to ng V. And V is a scalar. Okay? Again, so scalar siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya vector, no? Wala siyang direction.
Opo.
So it's just a value. Okay, and so dahil charge, potential energy per unit charge siya, tawagin ko na lang siyang, tanggalin ko yung energy. Gawin ko na lang siyang potential. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung nagde-define sa potential. This one. Okay? So, that is the potential. So, ibig sabihin, tatandaan mo, potential energy, and potential are different. Okay, ano pinagkaiba ng isa? Yung isa potential energy, yung isa potential energy per unit charge. Okay,
Okay.
so electric potential energy, ito naman is
Yung
potential.
sa total.
Hindi naman total, kumbaga potential energy, energy yan. Yung isa potential energy per unit charge.
So, potential energy?
Ay, hindi pa voltage yan. Hindi pa voltage yan. Potential pa lang yan.
Tama.
Okay, so mamaya palalabasin natin yan. So potential, okay, so again per unit charge, and it is charge independent. Charge independent siya. Okay, so
Dapat per unit. Dapat din bago yan.
ngayon ano yung SI unit niya? Ang SI unit niya is 1 joule per coulomb. So joules per coulomb siya, right?
Tama.
Ngayon, ang gagawin ko, itong joules per coulomb, tatawagin ko siyang
Di ba po yan?
volts. Yes,
Ayun, volt.
volts.
So
Pero
yung
hindi,
unit na volt, pero hindi talaga siya volt.
hindi pa siya voltage. Pero ang unit niya volt. Okay, volt V. Volt V. Okay, so volts, no? So halimbawa, ang potential niya dito is 3 volts. Let's say sa location na yan, 3 volts. Tapos sa location na to, it's 2 volts. Remember, nagbabago yan. Depende sa location. Okay, and also kung origin dependent yung potential energy, origin dependent din yung potential.
Tama.
Okay, so ito halimbawa 1 volt. Halimbawa maglagay ako dito ng 2 coulomb of charge. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pag naglagay ako ng 2 coulomb of charge dyan, magiging Q0 times E ngayon siya. Sabihin, magiging 2 coulombs times 3 volts. So that's 6 joules. So ibig sabihin, pag naglagay ako ng 2 coulomb of charge sa location na to, ang magiging potential energy ng system is 6 joules. Gets ba?
Tama.
Okay? So pag naglagay naman ako ng, let's say, dito ko naman nilagay yung 2 coulombs. Di magiging potential energy ng system is Q0 times V. So 2 coulombs times 2 volts. So magiging potential energy ng system is 4 joules. Ito naman, 4 joules. Okay, so nakadepende. Okay, gets ba? So, okay, alam na natin yung potential. Okay, nagkaroon na tayo ng feel kung ano yung potential. It is the potential energy per unit charge basis. Okay, so yan yung naging measurement natin. And it is charge independent. Okay, kumbaga parang you can view this as a scalar field. So kung merong vector field, merong scalar field. Kumbaga parang nag-exist na siya dyan without any objects. Okay, sure. Okay, so again so again, itong potential is a scalar field. Okay, kumbaga parang it exists. Okay, kahit na wala yung object. Okay, which is the particles present within the field, no? So pwede siya pwedeng magkaroon ng potential within that space. Okay, kumbaga parang you can represent this potential as a set of dots. a set of dots. Kasi yung vector field ganito eh, mga arrow, no? So this is an example of a vector field. Okay, ito siya. Okay, so example to ng isang vector field. Okay, tapos yung potential, yung scalar field can be represented by dots. Kasi scalar eh, wala siyang direction, value lang. Okay, so value lang yung meron siya. No? So yun yung mga dots. So that's a scalar field. No? A scalar field. Okay, gets ba? So, yan yung scalar field, no? So, represented by dots, hindi arrows, no? Kasi wala silang direction, only values. Parang temperature, no? So, yung temperature or yung distribution ng temperature can be represented by a scalar field. Okay, so, let's say, within this potential field, okay, or scalar field, sa point na to is, ang potential is, let's say, V sub A. Okay, and sa point na to, ang potential is V sub B. So, kumbaga parang magkaiba. Diba? Magkaiba ng potential, yung dalawang points na yan. No? Okay, so kung magkaiba sila ng potential, okay, let's say yung distance nilang dalawa is D. Okay, D yung distance nila. Ngayon, if I subtract yung potential sa A at yung potential sa B, makakabuo ako ng quantity na difference nila, which is tatawagin kong VAB. Okay, VAB. And this
Voltage
VAB, okay, so yan ngayon yung tinatawag na potential difference.
or voltage.
Yes,
Okay.
potential difference. So
O
that's
so
the
nakuha ko na ganun pala siya. So yung kaya volts pa rin.
yes, kaya volts pa rin siya. Kasi difference lang. Okay, or
Tama.
voltage. Okay, potential difference or voltage. Okay, and mahalaga yung ordering kasi kapag BBA naman, the V sub B minus V sub A naman siya. Okay, so mahalaga yung ordering. No, VAB, VBA. Okay, so VAB is the potential difference, no? Or the voltage. And actually, ano ba yung example niya? We have the battery. Okay, so sa battery or sa dry cell, you have positive terminal and negative terminal. Okay, so ibig sabihin, dito is iba yung potential sa positive and iba yung potential sa negative. Okay? So tawag yung VA, yung potential sa positive, at V sub B naman yung potential sa negative. Okay, negative terminal. So actually meron tawag diyan, no? Kapag positive, this is some sort of high potential region. Kapag positive, tapos kapag negative naman, you have the low potential region. Okay? Kaya, tatandaan mo tong setup na ito. Let's say, you have negative and positive. Tapos, nag-displace ka papunta doon. So, ibig sabihin, you are going in an increasing potential. So, tumataas yung potential as you go near the positive side. Okay? Kapag naman baliktad, negative, positive, pumunta ka naman dito from positive to negative, you are going in the decreasing potential region.
Tama.
Okay? So decreasing potential siya. At ito yung ginagawa ng mga electrons actually, no? So yung mga electrons let's say or negative charges in general. Mga negative charges, they always go sa increasing potential. So let's say may negative dito, So yung negative is ire-repel ng positive, i-attract ng negative, so pupunta siya doon. So basically, nag-move siya sa increasing potential. Nakuha ba?
Opo.
So kapag naman positive charges, may positive charges. So yan yung ginagawa ng mga positive. So ire-repel sila ng positive terminal, i-attract sila ng negative, kaya dito sila pupunta. So basically, nagmo-move yung positive charges sa decreasing potential. Okay? Kaya negative charges always go uh always go uh in the region of high potential.
So kung may wire po na mas mataas yung makuha niya voltage,
Ako ang voltage, hindi. Yun nga, oo. Kung sa may mas mataas na volt na potential, I mean. So, doon siya pumupunta. Mm. Okay? So, ngayon, yung mga positive charges naman, always go in the region of low potential. Okay? And di ba, ano to, kumbaga, origin dependent, tama? So kung saan ko nilagay yung origin, doon magzi-zero yung potential. Parang yung potential energy kanina. And kadalasan, ginagawa natin sa ganitong mga problem, ilalagay natin yung origin palagi, or madalas sa negative. Para lalabas yung V sub B is 0 volt. Gets that?
opo.
So 0 volt siya. Oo, siya yung lowest potential. Okay? So that's the potential difference sa yung concept niya. Okay? And also, paano mo makukuha pa yung voltage? 'Di ba? Merong electric field between this positive and negative. And in particular, ang electric field niya goes from positive to negative, right? Yan yung electric field sa loob nito. So this is the electric field. Okay? At ang distance ng VA at saka VB ng positive and negative is let's call that D. Okay? And if I multiply that, 'di ba? VAB is equal to VA minus V sub B, tama? Ngayon, makukuha ko rin yan kapag minultiply ko yung electric field at yung distance. Okay, between positive and negative. Okay, and in fact, I can make this more generalized as VAB is equal to, from A to B, E dot DL. Okay, so E dot DL. No? So, ayun. Tama na tayo. Okay, tama. Okay, so A to B. Okay, so this is another formula. Okay for that. Tama. Okay, so siguro mas i-investigate pa natin yung potential and also the potential difference. Okay, so again, yung potential, so siguro summarize natin kasi sobrang daming formula. So yung potential V is i-summarize natin. Well, potential V is again, electric potential energy per unit charge. Okay, per unit charge siya. No? So, ibig sabihin, um, okay, if i-calculate ko, so the potential due to a single point charge. Okay, so let's say this is the point charge. And again, yung point charge na yan is merong electric field na kinecreate, tama ba? And dahil meron siya electric field, if I place a test charge here, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon ng potential energy yung system, tama ba? And pag pinag-divide ko, yung U at saka yung Q0, ano mapoproduce ko? Potential. So, ibig sabihin, sa point na to, merong potential. Tama ba? Okay, so, ang gagawin ko ngayon is that, para mahanap ko yung potential sa point na yan, so V now is equal to UE, which is 1 over, yan yung formula kanina, 4 pi epsilon naught, Q times Q0, kasi Q0 yung nilagay ko dyan kanina, over R. So yan yung potential energy ng system. Tapos i-divide ko sa Q0. Okay, sa Q0. So ano nga yung mapoproduce ko? So mapoproduce ko is potential now is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 cancel. So Q over R. Okay, malinaw ba? So Q over R. So this is the potential due to a single point charge. Okay, so kung mayroon kang point charge dito na present, so yung point charge na yan will cause a potential around it. Okay, magkakaroon ng potential na yan. At ito yung potential na i-create. Okay, and walang absolute value yan. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung sign ng charge, kasama yun sa isa-substitute mo dyan. Okay, kasama siya. Ngayon, what if marami sila? Let's say this is Q1, here we have Q sub 2, Q sub 2, we have Q sub 3, and so on. Ano yung potential sa point na to? So, mag-undergo din siya ng superposition. Okay, or mag-add din siya. Kasi scalar yan eh. Pwede yan mag-add. Ibig sabihin, due to many point charges, so mag-i-equal lang yan sa 1 over 4 pi epsilon 0 sum, okay, of I equals 1 up to n kung ilan sila. Okay, of Qi over R sub I. Depende kung ano yung distance nila sa chosen origin. Hindi chosen origin. Distance, sorry. So we have R1, you have R sub 2, and you have R sub 3. Gets mo ba? Okay? R sub 3. Okay, kung ano yung mga distances. So due to many point charges, ito naman yung total. Okay, so this is the total. No? And what if we have a continuous charge distribution? Ito na naman. Continuous charge distribution. So what is the potential at this point? Okay, ano yung potential sa point na to? Okay, so again, due to infinitesimal point charge dq, okay, so the potential now will be V equals to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught integral of dq over R. Walang R hat kasi hindi yan vector. Okay. Okay, so meron tayong due to a point charge. Due to a point charge. Okay, due to systems of particles or charges. Tapos, this is due to continuous charge distribution. Okay, katulad ng dati. Okay, parang sa electric field. Okay, so continuous charge distribution. Okay, so may question ka so far dito. Okay, so yan yung mga available na formalism. Okay, para makagawa tayo ng mga calculations. Okay, and also again we have ito pa, no? Ito pa. So 'di ba meron tayong let's say difference. Okay, difference. So let's say this is V sub A and this is V sub B. And so this is point A and basically this is point B. Okay, point A and point B. And let's say uh, okay, tapos let's say yung charge is nagkaroon ng movement, no? Nagkaroon ng movement. So again, like the potential energy or the work done. Okay, path independent din siya. So yung VAB again is V sub A minus V sub B. Tama? So yan yung potential difference. Okay, yan yung kanina. Okay, and ang gagawin natin is if we um substitute V is equal to electric potential energy per unit charge, right? So per unit charge, so let's say the unit charge moves okay from this position up to here. Okay, so nag-move siya, no? Nagkaroon siya ng path. And yung infinitesimal path niya is called DL, tama? So yan yung infinitesimal path niya. So it's DL. So yung full path niya is ito, yung purple. So if i-substitute ko siya, magkakaroon ako ng VAB equals to UA over Q0 minus U sub B over Q0. Tapos, i-factor out mo lang, magkakaroon ka ng 1 over Q0 UA minus U sub B. Right? So, ibig sabihin, pag pinagbaliktad ko yan, magkakaroon ako ng 1 over Q0 negative UB minus UA. Nasundan mo paano yung nangyari? Okay? And ano yung UB minus UA? Change in potential energy. Right? Kumaga parang merong potential energy associated yung system dito, tapos dito din, U sub B. Okay? So, Q0, tapos magiging negative change in potential energy. Pero ano ba yung negative change in potential energy? Work done of the electric force. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ako ng work over Q0. So, this is another way of writing the potential difference. So, bukod dito sa, okay, potential difference, Ito din yung isa niya pang definition. So ano yung pinapakita ng potential difference natin? So the potential difference okay, is the work done per unit charge. So ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng potential? Potential energy per unit charge. At yung voltage is potential difference, the potential difference is the work done per unit charge. Okay, so kung yung V ay potential energy per unit charge, okay, yung VAB naman is the work done of the electric force per unit charge. Gets ba?
Opo.
Okay? So, ganito yan. Bigyan kita ng scenario. Let's say, ang VAB sa problem na to is 10 volts. Ano ibig sabihin ng 10 volts? 10 joules per coulomb. At ang ibig sabihin yan, if I replace Q0 with 2 coulombs, ibig sabihin, if this Q0 moves from A to B, magkakaroon ngayon ng work done, yung electric force, okay, ng 2 coulombs times 10 volts. Ano yung magiging work done niya? 20 joules. So, ibig sabihin, if mag-move yung 2 coulombs from A to B in this situation, dahil 10 volts yung potential difference, the work done of the electric force will be 20 joules. Gets ba?
Yes, opo.
Okay? Yan yung magiging work done. So, if i-replace mo siya ng 5 coulombs, syempre, so 5 coulombs, ang magiging work done naman ng electric force is mas mataas. Magiging 50 joules. So again, if the 5 coulomb charge moves from A to B, since the potential difference is 10 volts, the work done of the electric force will be 50 joules. So ibig sabihin, yung potential difference is the work done of the electric force per unit charge basis. At yan yung pinagkaiba nilang dalawa. Okay? So very different sila. Or fundamentally different sila. Okay, so yan. Binigyan kita ng example values. Okay, so that's the work done. And yung VAB also, okay, kasi ito parang, ano ba, okay, alam mo na kasi yung potential difference between the two eh. Okay, but what if alam mo naman yung electric field and also the path? So VAB is also equal to A to B in general. No? General formula to, E dot DL. Okay, E dot DL siya. Okay, E dot DL. Now, kung bibigyan kita ng, let's say, battery. Battery. Meron kang battery. May battery. Pakaya na. Okay, so again, if this is positive and this is negative, saan papunta yung electric field? Dito, tama? So dyan papunta yung electric field. So if maglagay ako dyan ng test charge, let's say Q0, what will happen to that test charge if positive siya? So it will go from high potential to low potential. So ibig sabihin, mag-move siya to the right. And another thing is, bakit nga ba siya nag-move from high to low potential? Kasi makakaranas siya ng electric force to the right. Kasi nga, yung electric force na nararanasan ng positive charge is along sa electric field or parallel sa electric field. So dun siya itutulak ng electric field. So dahil tinutulak siya ng electric field, parallel to sa direction ng electric field itself, So nagmo-move ang positive charge from high to low potential. Okay? So ano yan? Dugtong-dugtong yung logic na yun, no? Yung reasoning na yun. Ay hindi sila pwede magkaiba. Okay. So if this electric field is uniform and ang distance nito is d, syempre magmo-move lang naman yan in a straight line. Let's say hinayaan mo lang siya. Okay? So mag-move lang siya in a straight line. Halimbawa, hayaan mo lang siya. So ibig sabihin, this is dl, name dl, and I hat naman to. So this is x-axis. So mangyayari lang, and E is uniform. Halimbawa, uniform siya. So ibig sabihin, constant E. So ano mangyayari sa integral? VAB is equal to constant na yung E. So magkakaroon ka ng A to B, E, dl, cosine theta. So theta is the angle between E and dl. Eh yung E papunta sa right, yung dl papunta din sa right. So the angle between them is 0 degrees. Tama ba?
Tama.
Same direction sila. So kung cosine 0, ang matitira na lang E dl. Eh constant yung E. So ano na lang matitira? E integral of A to B dl. Okay? At ano yung integral ng dl? So mapapansin mo, if i-add ko lahat yung dl from negative to positive, ano mabubuo ko? Yung d. Tama? Yung distance between them. So ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ako ng E times d. So ibig sabihin, potential difference between A and B is E times d. So this is only applicable for uniform electric field. Gets ba? Okay, uniform electric field. So dyan lang siya applicable sa uniform electric field. Okay, ano pa ba? May ano pa ba? Sige. Okay, so mag-consider tayo ng ganitong system. Okay, let's say, nag-move siya from V sub B to V sub A. Okay, yung electron. Let's say we have an electron. Okay, yung electron is meron siyang charge Q, right? So, charge Q. Okay, so, ngayon, kapag nag-move siya from V sub B to V sub A, okay, syempre, sa point na to, is merong potential energy dito na U sub, dito naman U sub A. So, ibig sabihin, ang change in potential energy mo is U sub A minus U sub B. Right? Ngayon, since V is equal to potential energy per unit charge, pero ang charge ko is Q. So, ibig sabihin, magiging U over Q na lang ito. Okay, so from U, magkakaroon ako ng U equals to Q times V. So, ibig sabihin, delta U is equal to Q VA minus Q V sub B. Tapos factor out mo lang yung Q, magkakaroon ka ng Q VA minus V sub B. Okay, and VA minus VB is exactly the voltage, right? So Q VAB. That's the change. Okay, and let's say, yung ito nga, ito, ang potential difference nito is, let's say, VAB is equal to 1 volt. Halimbawa, 1 volt ang exactly, no? Exactly. Equal to 1 volt, yung potential difference. So, ibig sabihin, this is the low potential region. Kasi, remember, saan ba nagmumove ang electron? From low to high potential, tama ba? So, low
Tama.
potential, tapos ito naman is high potential region. Okay, low potential, tapos ito naman high potential region. So, ibig sabihin, dahil electron to, mag-move siya from low to high potential. Okay? Kasi nga, the electric field is going in this direction. Yan, kinokompleto na natin. It is going in this direction. Okay? Yan yung electric field, going in that direction. So, ibig sabihin, makakaranas siya ng force going in this direction. Okay, electric force. Ayan, kompleto na. Okay, so if the charge is exactly equal to the charge of the electron, which is 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 90 coulombs. Okay, and VAB is 1 volt. Ibig sabihin, nag-move siya from A to B, ay from B to A, tapos ang potential difference is 1 volt. Okay, 1 volt. So, ngayon, ang mangyayari is that, ano yung change in potential energies? Magkakaroon ka ng 1 coulomb, 1 coulomb, 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulombs. So, yan yung charge niya, electron siya, times 1 volt. So, ibig sabihin, the change in potential energy is equal to, ano siya? Ano yung change in potential energy? Ano kaya yung change in potential energy? So, ibig sabihin, equal siya sa 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19. Yung volts is joules per coulomb eh. So, cancel coulomb, yes, joules na lang siya. So, that's the change. Okay, yan yung change. Ngayon, itong change na to, I will define this as 1 electron volt. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, when an electron moves through a potential difference of 1 volt, it will have a change in the potential energy of 1 electron volt. Malinaw?
Ano to, connection sa pero kumbaga siya yung
Oh, ano siya? Yung electron volt is unit of energy. Yes, unit of energy siya. Kumbaga kasi nga 'di ba parang yung mga charges nga kasi ay ano, ay multiples 'di ba, ng fundamental charge, right? Oo, oo. So halimbawa ito, let's say halimbawa, meron tayong alpha particle, okey, merong alpha particle, and yung alpha particle na 'to nag-move siya kasi positive siya 'di ba? And yung alpha particle is, nag-move siya from, from V sub B. Oo. Yes, oo, puwedeng oo, gano'n. Kasi 'di ba ano, kung yung charge is some multiples of E, so ayan, very useful talaga siya. So, VA at saka V sub B. So, 'di ba, okey, ito yung alpha particle, magmo-move siya from high potential to low potential, right? So, high potential, kanina electron, eh. So, high potential, tapos low potential. So, magmo-move siya from high potential to low, potential, 'no? Ganyan yung mangyayari sa alpha particle. So, ang question is, if yung alpha particle is merong charge na 2 times E. So, positive siya, ibig sabihin meron siyang dalawang proton kasi nucleus yan ng helium atom. Okay, so nucleus of helium atom. Okay, so positive 2E siya. It's positive 2. Okay, yan yung charge. Tapos, let's say, nag-move siya sa potential difference na VAB is equal to 2,000 volts. Okay, 2,000 volts. Ay, 1,000 volts. So nag-move siya sa potential difference sa 1,000 volts. Okay, so pwede mong gawin is Q alpha ay delta U or UA minus U sub B is equal to um, Q VAB again. Tapos yung Q is ano ba yung Q? Q is 2 times E. Okay, 2 times E. Tapos 1,000 volts. 1,000 volts. So ibig sabihin, meron kang 2 times charge of the electron, 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19 volts. Ay, raised to negative 19 coulombs times 1,000 volts. So meron kang, since ano to, di ba? This is 1 electron volt, right? So ibig sabihin, magmo-move siya or meron siyang change in potential energy na 2, na ano ba to? Hindi, wait lang. Hindi yan 1 electron volt. 1,000 electron volt to. Right? So, ibig sabihin, magmo-move siya ng, with a change of potential energy na 2,000 electron volt. Okay? So, yan. So, hindi lang natin magagamit yung, kasi ginagamit yung electron volt sa ano to, sa mga atomic tsaka nuclear physics yan. Diyan yan madalas ginagamit. So, yung electron volt can be used for change in potential energy. Okay? Okay? So, change in potential energy. Also, pwede mo rin siyang gamitin for any forms of energy. Can be used for any forms of energy. Kahit na naging derivation natin dyan is potential energy, pero pwede mo siyang gamitin sa kahit anong forms of of energy. Okay, so yan. Okay, so halimbawa, for example, what if we have a proton? Okay, we have a proton moving at a speed v, and ang kinetic energy niya is equal to 1 million electron volt. Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ng 1 million electron volt? So ibig sabihin ng 1 million electron volt, remember, electron volt is 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulombs times 1 volt, right? So equal siya sa 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19 joules. So ibig sabihin, ang kinetic energy niya in terms of joules is 1 million times 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 19 joules. So ibig sabihin, yung proton natin is nagmo-move siya. So when we say na nagmo-move siya ng 1 million electron volts, ibig sabihin nagmo-move talaga siya ng 1.602 times 10 raised to negative 13 joules. Gets ba? Yan yung potential energy niya. Okay? Ngayon, yung Large Hadron Collider. Alam mo to, di ba? So, yung Large Hadron Collider, ito yung dinesign to collide protons. Okay? So, yung mga proton, ina-accelerate nila sa kinetic energy. Imagine, ina-accelerate nila yan sa kinetic energy na equal sa, let's say, 7 tera electron volt. Okay? Or 7 times 10 raised to 12 electron volt. Ganyan kataas yung energy. So, malapit talaga sa speed of light. Okay, gets ba? So, yan yung ano. Okay? Sige. So, mag-discuss pa tayo ng more potential difference sa Monday. Balik tayo sa dati nating schedule. If hindi ka pwede ulit, so try natin ilipat sa ibang araw. Okay, so, ganun ulit. Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday. Okay, balik tayo sa dati. Okay, so sige. Okay, thank you and bye.